Hi, good morning to everyone. Welcome to New Access Technologies Fixed Asset Module demonstration in Tally.ERP 9. Let's start the demonstration. Now, press F11 to activate our Fixed Asset Module in Tally.ERP 9. Go to Accounting Features. Then you can see one new option is Fixed Asset Management. You make it S, enable Fixed Asset Module S. This is some free configuration to activate the module and to support the fixed asset operations in Tally.ERP 9. This is the purpose is to display the reports. One is Companies Act and Income Tax Act. If you select both, it will display both. This is option to show fixed asset masters in a stock summary. And this is a ledger to be used to give a common ledger for all depreciation journal entry posting. And this is the impairment accrued ledger, also same for the impairment posting purpose. And track movable non-movable assets is nothing but one extra category for the assets. Okay. And salvage value percentage of asset, this will help you to calculate salvage value for any new asset purchase. It will calculate automatically. And this is an option to create IDs for assets while purchasing a bulk. Suppose if you are buying 10 tables or 100 chairs, that time you don't need to enter each asset ID one by one like that. You can put 100 chairs, then automatically it will create 100 IDs for the 100 chairs. That is the purpose we can use it. Yeah, this is a configuration. Once you activate this module, then you can see a new menu option under utilities like a fixed assets module. Okay, you can go here, then you can see a gateway of fixed assets module. It is segregated like masters, transactions, utilities and reports. We'll start with masters, fixed asset info. Here is the masters are depreciation methods, asset groups, units of measure, assets locations, insurance types and assets. And depreciation method will help you to identify what type of depreciation method you are using for the depreciation posting. You can go and see depreciation method names like this. You can create a names like a straight line method. And here we are given an option to tag a nature, because sometimes we may do a spell mistake in creating a names. So that time also, to avoid errors while posting a depreciation, it will select what is the nature of this method. So using that, it will calculate the depreciation amount. These are depreciation methods. And next one is the asset groups. If you go here, by default, once you activate a module, we can see a few default groups will be created, like flats and buildings, furniture and fittings like that. If you want to create your own, you can create it like this. And here you can see a name, and you can keep under as a, you can create a child parent relation here in number of levels. And the final level will be under fixed assets. Okay. Here once you come down, there you can see a depreciation method. You are going to saying this particular asset group, we are going to use the what method, like a straight line or WDV method. If you, after that, you have to define the useful life for the assets. Here default, it will show you some list of block types as predefined by Government of India, and outsiders they can choose the not applicable. Even Indians also, they can choose the not applicable if they don't want to categorize. Then they select not applicable, not applicable, not applicable. Then they can enter the what is the useful life in years, like a 10 years or 12 years like that. They can enter, they can accept the asset group. Okay. Then units of measure, this is the tally default one, like an emboss. Asset locations is where we are keeping the assets. You can select the alter, you can go to like this, you can create a head office, and you can keep this one as by default. Okay, this is the insurance types is one the general master for the to create a predefined types of insurance we are using, like fire, safety, theft, like that is the one list type of master. Now we'll go to the main master, which is the assets. Here we can go and we can see we can select the first asset, which is created already. This name is Adobe Design STD. See here we are keeping under, and this is by default will be yes. Here suppose if you have a GST, then you can say applicable, and you can define what is the percentage of GST. Okay, and goods. Here in F11 you saw one automatic ID creation, that is for bulk purpose. That is universal. Any type of asset you are purchasing, it will create a next sequence number. But if you want to create a segment category wise numbering, then like you can create asset wise, you can define like this automatic, and you can say it's a PL and a suffix and prefix you can define. So going for only this type of asset, different sequence will be there, and suppose if you select different type of asset, then different sequence will be there. If you don't want automatic numbering, then you can choose the manual and you can go ahead. This is a financial general ledger allocation, which will be useful for posting general entries. Here asset account ledger, you can choose, you can here also you can categorize like a asset category type. General ledgers you can create and you can allocate, or you can create a common ledgers like asset account ledger, depreciation ledger, what is the depreciation expense ledger. Suppose if you have an impairment, you can select impairment expense ledger, and disposal purpose ledger, and accumulated depreciation. In F11 you have already common ledger for depreciation posting, or you want to segregate software accumulated is a separate like that, then you can select different accumulated depreciation ledger. Okay, after that, this is the main thing to keep opening balance. Suppose if you are going to start newly in a Tally.ERP 9 fixed asset, to capture all your asset opening balance till now whatever you maintain in spreadsheets, that you can feed it here. You can open here, you can see it will ask you all complete information of your assets like a location, asset ID, vendor, when you bought it and what was purchase amount, when you really started using, what was the useful life, and useful life and salvage value and depreciation amount. And here you can see some other details which will ask extra information like a serial number and custodian and invoice number and remarks, and then it will show you what is the net value of particular asset ID, and it will show quantity also. This is the asset master and how to feed the opening balance for your assets. To bulk import of your asset opening balance, will provide a spreadsheet where you can keep all your data and you can import to Tally directly. Now we are going to see transactions. Now let's start with the purchase. Here is the supplier name. So this is the complete new screen, so you no need to worry about what ledger you have to make it debit, what ledger you have to make it credit. These all the things will be taken care by the module. I will select the while loop and any new reference. Suppose if you have an against reference, you can select the bill number as against, and what is the date and what is the amount. Suppose if you have GST applicable, you can choose a GST applicable. This is the ID, asset ID auto. This option will help you when you have a bulk. I will show you how the bulk will appear. Suppose I am taking this, I have a table and I want to purchase as a 100 quantity, that suppose to take it 1 rupee, and discount useful life will become based on your asset group level defined. Okay, salvage value also you can say, or you can leave it this. Once you accept the screen, automatically it will create a next sequence of the table. What is the ID has to create from 51, it is starting, last was the 50, so it is starting 51 and it will keep on, it will post 100 times, so you no need to enter one by one like that. This is a bulk ID posting option. Normal posting I will show you now. ERP new, some bill number, and you can say date. Here suppose if you want to add any extra expenses, suppose you are paying a freight for your fixed asset, those also you can use it. If you don't have that type of other expenses, you can keep it no this one. Then I can choose Like I'll select some random asset name, flight engine, head office. Suppose if you want any serial number, you can enter, and the asset ID you can give FL some number, quantity 1 you are purchasing 100 rupees, and useful life you can define 10, and salvage you already defined 0.5, that's why it is taking 50%. And also here it will ask you, suppose if you have any extra ledger, you can select it, or then based on your supplier it will take either IGST ledger or CGST ledgers. Okay. You can choose GST and SGST and 9 rupees. Suppose if you have any round off issue, you can choose a round off ledger also. And this is the purchase entry. I'm going to save this entry. Once you save this entry, automatically it will take care of the back end, the posting of the financial entry related to this one. You can go and see that entry. This is the asset purchase. If you go, it will post the entry like this. So it will debit the asset ledger, it will debit the your CGST and SGST, and it will create a liability to the supplier. So you no need to worry about your financial entry also here. Okay, this is the purchase. Now here, before going to remaining transaction, I will show you one more option which will be helpful to define a put to use. Suppose you purchase on 2nd October, but you are going to say I am going to start really on 15th October. That time you can define what is the, you can choose all the items also, you can define a put to use, or particular asset also you can define. Suppose if you have, it is not coming, I'll go some head office, aeroplanes, all items. Suppose I have some assets, I can define here what is the my put to use date. Suppose October some asset I purchased on October, I can choose August I purchased, I kept the put to use on December. Like this also, suppose I want to, suppose 110, suppose I want to define. So like this you can define the put use date. So based on that only it will calculate the depreciation and remaining things. Now I will see the remaining transactions. Custodian, it will be useful for you to allocate any suppose a flight engine, suppose this one assigning, when you are assigning the custodian, if you have available payroll in your tally, automatically will show a list of employees. Otherwise you can give names like this, and custodian code, nothing but employee code and a phone number, and in charge manager, who is the in charge manager for this. You can record the entry. This is the custodian record. And now depreciation has two options. One is the manual, one more is the automatic, auto posting. This is the auto posting option. So I'll show you manual how it is going to work. Suppose I am going here, I want to post any asset, head office, aeroplanes, straight line. Suppose if I have, this is coming. So 30 days if I am keeping, it is taking this is the amount. Okay, you purchased on a 2nd, that's why it is taking 30 days, otherwise it would have taken 31 days. Like this you can do manually posting one by one, asset wise, or you want one shot to finish all the entries, then you can go to auto posting, depreciation generation, select the which location you want to post, then select the block you want to post it. All the blocks means select the fixed assets, then it will come all, then select the method, which method you want to use, and select the days, like I will say 31 days, and the posting date you define when you want to post the entry. Just accept, it will ask you, do you want to post? Once you make it yes, it will start calculating all the IDs which are eligible for the depreciation posting. It will take all the put use date, consideration, everything. Then it will post the depreciation entry automatically in your tally with a financial effect without a manual entry. Once completion, you will see a notification like a asset depreciation posting is completed successfully. Now we can go and check those entries in the day book. to 31. Here this is a financial entry posting. It will take financial entry automatically to effect. This is your automatic entry. It will select all assets what are available for the depreciation with the valid amounts and with the valid life, useful life. It will post the entry like this. Okay, this is the depreciation entry on posting. Now this is the impairment. Who has the impairment option? This will be useful. Suppose if you have a machinery and now you don't want to use that machinery going forward, then you want to sell that one. Before selling, you want to make, suppose your machinery value right now is 100 rupees, but as per market is a 50. So you want to make it your 100 to 50, then you want to sell. That time you can use the impairment option. This is nothing but bringing the asset value to market value. That purpose you can use it, this option. Suppose I want to post flight like this one only. This is the asset I want to use. Say recovery is of 50 rupees. So I can post the entry this one. This is the impairment option. So automatically it will post the general entry also in your books to compensate that impairment expenses. Okay, this is the impairment entry. Now we'll go to dispose. Before dispose, we will see a transfer, insurance, AMC, then we can see a dispose. Transfer is nothing but a transferring from one location to another location. Suppose I have some tours, some Delhi, some airways. Suppose asset ID is available, then I can transfer like this. Can transfer the asset between the locations. Okay, this is the asset transfer. This insurance is nothing but just recording your insurance details of your asset. Suppose you are taking any fire, safety or something, any insurance you are taking, those all details you can record here. So I can choose this one, flight. So and I can choose the insurance type, fire safety, and a provider, who is the provider, and agent, and policy annual, and policy number, and when is starting a date, and when is the ending, and what is the premium. Suppose what a premium amount you can, and insert for how much amount you are insured. This particular means is equal to your asset value. You can put it that one, and you can save it. This is the insurance recording. And then after that, AMC. This is also, suppose you are taking AMC for your assets, you can take AMC like this. Suppose I have any head office, this one I can say AMC type annual. You can enter it, and who is the provider, and what is the bill number, and when is the start, when is the what is the amount, and when is the due. You can enter it. This is the AMC. And then is the sale. And the sale and dispose is kind of two things which is going to write off your asset from your books. Dispose means it doesn't give any like a profit or loss. It will make a write off from your books, and it will book the expenses. Sale means it will write off from your books, and at the same time it will affect your profit and loss account based on the asset, how much amount we are selling. So first we will see the dispose. I'll go to dispose. I'll select any one block. I'll choose a place where that is there. I'll choose this. So I'll choose any this particular asset. It is saying 100 rupees. Suppose otherwise if I want to some which has some value, I'll show you which asset has with a depreciation. No, if I choose that, it will give some options to you. See, this is the 90, so it has some it has here it is not showing what is the disposal account for this. So you have to go and you have to give a disposal account ledger for that. otherwise the entry will not post properly. So here I have not declared what is my expense ledger for the disposal. You have to choose it a disposal ledger. If you are not selected, it will throw you error. So I will select again vehicles, head office and lorry, this ID. So I am booking as a disposal. Once you book the disposal, it will post automatically the backend entry like this: disposal expenses. It will reverse the asset ledger value, what is the actual value of the asset, and it will reverse whatever till now happened, accumulated depreciation also it will reverse, and remaining amount it will go and book under as the expenses of the plant and machinery disposal. This is the entry will be taken care automatically when you are doing a dispose. Now we'll go to the sale. Sale is kind of getting something we are selling. Suppose I am going to sell the one particular asset. Right engine, I'll choose the Delhi location. This particular ID I am going to sell. Suppose I am selling one quantity with the 80 rupees, and this is asset ledger will come here. If your GST if is applicable, you can select the GST, and you can say what is applicable GST also. You can put it, suppose 18 or some figure you can enter it, 86 rupees. So we are going to accept the entry. This is I am making a sale. It will book the your general entry automatically, financial effect backend automatically, asset sale. So you sold to the customer at 86 rupees and the GST is 6 rupees. So your asset is sold at 80. So here what it will do, as actual asset ledger it will take is 100 rupees, and till now accumulated impairment we have done is 98 rupees, and depreciation has happened now 8.82, and remaining amount it is going to affect under P&L. Based on sale it will calculate and it will define remaining amount under profit and loss account. It will affect automatically, okay, because you sold at 80 rupees, okay, 80 rupees is sold and 0.82 is your depreciation amount. So remaining amount it is going and sitting under your profit and loss. This is the entry will post automatically, okay. That is the sale. Now we'll go to the physical asset. This is option will be useful for you to verify physical asset, verify the assets physically, and to record variance. Here is the two options. One is a manual entry you can do when you are verifying. Suppose I say I am verifying a 31st 10. I can say what is the asset I am verifying. Suppose computer hardware, any head office, iPad, this one, whether it is there or not, you can verify it like this. You can put it a quantity. Suppose you have 10 quantity should be there, this particular. Suppose when you have bulb, one ID only is there, you created it for a 10 quantity, but you found only 8, then you can enter it towards the quantity like that. Suppose if I have found this one, I can book it like this, one by one also you can do, or you can do all assets also one transaction. And this is the one option to import the physical from Excel to Tally. This is a variance report will come for you, and you can select the location wise and date wise, and it will show you. See, I recorded only one asset. This is one asset only, that's why it is showing one asset only I recorded, this iPad. Remaining all it showing as physical is 0. So it will show what is the variance and current value and variance amount automatically it will come. If I record transactions for remaining asset, then it will start displaying the physical asset, how much is available. This is a variance report, physically verified assets. Now this is the main. Now we'll go for the MIS report. MIS report has like a asset purchase register, fixed asset register, as per company's act, as per books depreciation, income tax depreciation, incidence details, custodian information, AIMS reminder, and disposal register, and transfer register, and asset sales. So let's start with one by one. See, purchase register, it will show you the complete information whatever we purchase, and all the info, bill wise details, all the things. From here also you can go up to transaction level and you can edit, suppose if you want to change anything. And this is a fixed asset register. It's a complete, all assets of your company will display with all complete information like a custodian, purchase bill number, what is the useful life, when we purchase, all complete information will be there. Purchase, sold, and what is depreciation, net value, last year, current year depreciation, and with the marks, all information it will come. If you want, you can export to Excel, or if you want to filter any block wise, asset wise, ID wise, location wise, custodian wise, you can filter it, and you have a sorting option, either default or asset ID wise. You want to do sorting also, you can do sorting. Okay, now the next report is as per the books depreciation. We go here, this is the main report which will required for every company, like a gross block, depreciation block, impairment, and net block. In this report you can see up to ID level, any asset you can see up to ID level, and it will show gross block will show as on date, means opening balance, and what is the addition happened during the year, what was the deletion, either you made a dispose or sale, and what is the net as on date, and depreciate how much has happened, and impairment if you have, and it will show you what is the net value of this. And you can, this one also, this report also you can export to Excel. As per income tax act, this will display you below 180 days what is the addition, what is the greater than 180 days what is the addition, what is the sold during the year, depreciation. This is the report, this report, income tax. And this is the insurance details. It will display you all insurance of your assets you recorded, and here also you can apply the filter or period, and you can see all the respective period list of insurance booked for the assets. And here is the custodian information. This will be useful for you to track one particular asset ID, who and all holded previously, right now who is having this one. So you can see the history of the one particular asset ID, that what time we allocated to whom, like that. Okay, this is the AMC reminder which will show you what are the dues for this month, like that too. You can identify this particular asset, we have to go for the AMC renewal kind of thing purpose, you can use this option. And this is a disposal register, whatever we made a disposal entries, all transaction will display here. Here also you can use the filters to filter block wise, asset wise. And this is the transfers, to identify what is the transfer entries passed to move the asset between the locations. And this is a sales register, it will display all sales book for the fixed assets, all the details. Okay, and this is a complete fixed asset module in a Tally.ERP 9. And with along this, there is a separate add-ons for a cost center management for fixed asset, and to link your purchase order to the fixed asset. These are separate modules. And also if you want to book your WIP, work in progress, also is a separate module which will integrate with the base module. Those are the separate extra modules. And also one more option is the lease management also is there for fixed asset, that is also extra module, so you can use it. And also if you want to maintain, suppose some demo fixed asset, like you're sending the asset for the demo purpose, and again you're getting back from the customer to track this complete information also, that is also extra modules. This is extra modules are available with along the base module of these features. Okay, now you can subscribe here in YouTube. Suppose any new latest information if you want about fixed asset, you will come to know. And you can reach us at screen mention contact details and email ID, and you can verify the details in our website. And thanks for watching fixed asset module in Tally.ERP 9 demonstration.